Hey there, classic movie fans. Have you ever wondered what it was like to be a Hollywood star during the Golden Age? Well, buckle up, because today we're diving deep into the incredible life of Anne Baxter, a talented actress whose story is as captivating as her performances. From her Oscar-winning role in The Razor's Edge to her unforgettable part in All About Eve, Anne's journey is filled with glamour, drama, and some surprising twists. Plus, we've got rare photos that'll bring her story to life, in a way you've never seen before. Stick with me until the end, because you won't want to miss the stunning images and fascinating details we've uncovered about this Hollywood icon. Let's start at the beginning. Anne Baxter was born on May 7, 1923, in Michigan City, Indiana. She wasn't just any small-town girl. She was the granddaughter of the legendary architect Frank Lloyd Wright. Imagine growing up with that kind of creative influence. By the time she was 11, her family moved to New York City, the heart of show business back then. Anne caught the acting bug early, and at just 13, she was already stealing the spotlight in a Broadway play called Seen But Not Heard. Critics loved her, and it was clear she was destined for greatness. Those early years shaped her passion for performing, and trust me, we've got some rare photos from her teenage stage days that'll make you feel like you're stepping back in time. Keep watching to see them. By 1940, Anne was ready to take on Hollywood. At just 16, she landed her first film role in 20 Mule Team. It wasn't a blockbuster, but it put her on the map. Soon she was a contract player for 20th Century Fox, rubbing shoulders with the biggest stars of the era. One of her early standout roles was in Orson Welles' The Magnificent Ambersons in 1942, where she played the sweet Lucy Morgan. But it was her role as a French maid in Billy Wilder's *Five Graves to Cairo* in 1943. That showed she could handle complex characters with ease. Anne's charm and husky voice made her a favorite, especially during World War II, when she became a symbol of the girl next door for soldiers overseas. She once said she got almost as much fan mail as Betty Grable. We've found some gorgeous behind-the-scenes shots from those warrior films. That'll give you a glimpse of her star power. Don't miss them later in the video. Now, let's talk about the role that changed everything. In 1946, Anne played Sophie MacDonald in The Razor's Edge, a young woman struggling with alcoholism. It was a tough part, but Anne nailed it, earning both an Academy Award and a Golden Globe for Best Supporting Actress. She was only 23 and already an Oscar winner. Her performance was so raw and emotional that it left audiences in awe. We've got a rare photo of Anne at the Oscars, glowing with pride as she held her award. You'll see it later, and it's absolutely stunning. This win cemented her as one of Hollywood's brightest stars, but Anne wasn't one to rest on her laurels. She kept pushing herself, taking on roles that showed her range and depth. Then came 1950. And with it, one of the most iconic films of all time, All About Eve. Anne played Eve Harrington, a cunning young actress who schemes her way into the life of Broadway star Margot Channing, played by Bette Davis. The role was a game-changer. Anne drew inspiration from a real-life understudy who had threatened her when she was just 13, and she channeled that intensity into Eve. The result? A performance so gripping that it earned her an Academy Award nomination for Best Actress. Fun fact: Anne was chosen partly because she resembled Claudette Colbert, who was originally cast. We've got some incredible behind-the-scenes photos from All About Eve that show Anne and Bette Davis in action. Trust me, you'll want to stick around to see these. But Anne's life wasn't just about Hollywood glamour. Her personal life was just as fascinating. In 1946, she married actor John Hodiak, and they had a daughter, Katrina. The marriage didn't last, ending in divorce in 1953, but Anne wasn't one to stay down. In 1960, she married Randolph Galt, an American rancher, and moved to a massive cattle station in Australia. Talk about a change of pace. She wrote about this adventurous chapter in her memoir, Intermission, which is full of funny and heartfelt stories. We've got rare photos of Anne in the Australian outback, looking like a true pioneer. You won't believe how different she looked from her glamorous Hollywood days. Her time in Australia wasn't all smooth sailing. Though she and Galt divorced in 1969, later, she married David Clay in 1977, but sadly, he passed away just a year later. Through it all, Anne's strength and spirit shone through. Anne's career wasn't limited to the big screen. In the 1950s and 60s, she took on television, appearing in shows like General Electric Theater and even playing villains in Batman. She also returned to Broadway in 1971, starring as Margot Channing in Applause, a musical based on All About Eve. Talk about coming full circle. Her final role was in the TV series Hotel, where she stepped in after Bette Davis fell ill. Anne played Victoria Cabot, a hotel owner, and brought her signature elegance to the part. We found some rare publicity Stills from Hotel that capture her timeless grace. Make sure you watch until the end to see them. Tragically, Anne's life was cut short in 1985 while walking down Madison Avenue in New York City. She suffered a stroke and passed away at 62. It was a huge loss for Hollywood, but her legacy lives on through her incredible body of work. From The Ten Commandments, where she dazzled as the Egyptian queen Nefertiti, to her unforgettable turn in All About Eve, Anne Baxter left an indelible mark. Her ability to play everything from innocent heroines to scheming villains made her a true star in those rare photos we've gathered. They show sides of an EOV probably never signed candid moments, glamorous portraits, and glimpses of her life off-screen. Before we wrap up, I want to remind you to watch this video until the very end. The rare photos we've collected are a treasure trove for any classic movie fan, and you don't want to miss a single one. From her early days on Broadway to her final roles on TV, Anne Baxter's life was a whirlwind of talent, adventure, and heart. If you love Hollywood history, share this video with your friends, and let's keep Anne's legacy alive. Thanks for joining me on this journey into her incredible life now. Let's get to those photos.